Flex Face Off Round 2. We're back. It's Flex versus the competition in the ultimate head-to-head showdown. Join us for a winner-takes-all battle of next-level power. And let's settle who has the tools and technology to outperform. And prove we're not only the next generation of power tools, we're the choice of the job site. 3, 2, 1, face off.
Watch the Flex Face Off Round 2 and enter to win the complete lineup of Flex Power Tools. The time is now. The brand is Flex. And Flex, it's what's next. Round 2. Welcome to Round 2 of the Flex Face Off. I'm Barnaby, and I'm excited to share with you what's next with Flex. We've got a lot to show you today, including a whole host of new tools. And we're going to share some impressive updates and talk about an incredible battery innovation that's certainly going to raise the bar. You know, Flex has always been driven to be the best. It's a company with a proud history of innovation, founded 100 years ago in Stuttgart, Germany. But today, the focus is the exciting future of Flex. We're fueled with optimism and inspired by you, the pro, to make the very best tools designed for the trades. Now, we've got a lot to talk about today, and here to tell you more about power that's going to change everything is CEO Mike Clancy and CMO Joe Turoff.
Hey, Barnaby, how are you?
I'm doing great. You know, last time we were together, we introduced 26 new tools, 4 new lithium-ion batteries, and 2 incredibly fast chargers that all launched exclusively at Lowe's, all targeting the professional user. So that was just a little less than a year ago. How did it all go?
Well, it went great. First, thanks, Barnaby. Thanks for being back. Thank you all for joining us. It's great to be back after such an incredible launch. The results are in, and we're pleased. Sales are strong, the ratings are high, and the best is yet to come. As promised, we're expanding our platform with more new tools and leveling up power that changes everything.
Okay, so last year you launched exclusively at Lowe's. What's the update on the expansion?
Yeah, we're fortunate and thankful that Flex will have an even larger presence at Lowe's starting this year. We're also excited to be expanding up north at Lowe's Canada, Rona, and Reno Depot, as well as for traditional trade dealers all over North America.
Wow. You know, it's great to see Flex in literally thousands of Lowe's and trade outlets. So clearly, the trades have recognized the superior power and the performance and bought the product up with confidence. So what do you think resonated most with the pros?
You know, in this industry, it's all about getting work done, and that means power. Above all, pros were impressed that the tools were as powerful as anything that they'd ever used. In addition to power, pros were really impressed with Flex's durability and its performance.
Well, you also made some pretty bold promises to the purchaser. First, by giving them the industry's best warranty with a 5-year bumper-to-bumper coverage, including the battery. That was unheard of. But then you did something remarkable by upgrading the warranty to lifetime with registration. So, not trying to be smart aleck here, but how'd that go for you, man?
You know, it went very well. Our engineering and our product teams have worked incredibly hard to build a robust platform designed for the job site. And because our confidence in our product is so high, we've decided to extend that Flex Founders lifetime warranty through the end of 2022.
Whoa, that tells me that the tools and the batteries must have stood up to the abuse that we know takes place on the job site day in and day out. It's certainly, you wouldn't be extending this amazing warranty otherwise, right?
That's right.
So Joe, you just relaunched the brand leveraging this great new 24-volt platform, and you gave the pro a lifetime warranty. And, whoa, this is another big one, promised 100 tools in the platform by 2024. How in the world are you going to top that with what we're talking about today, which is the Phase 2 launch?
Well, Barnaby, when we were together at the last face-off, we talked about delivering a new level of power. What you're going to see here today doesn't just take it up a notch, it changes the game.
Okay, talk to me about power, because I think it's kind of a relative thing for the pros. It's like, which tool's more powerful? But there's a metric. How do you measure it?
Yeah, so it's watts. Watts are the best measurement when you're comparing power from one brand to another. And it's a pretty simple calculation. Regardless of brand, just take the volts times the max discharge current, which is tested and rated by the cell manufacturer, and that's the number you compare.
Okay, so phase one of the Flex launch was a 24-volt platform that delivered 20% more power, 25% longer runtime, and up to 50% faster charge time. All great things, right? But now we're talking about truly next level stuff.
Yeah, so the story of our latest innovation dates back to 2017, when we made a strategic decision to rethink lithium-ion. We looked at all types of current and emerging battery technologies, and leaning on the advice of our top experts, we dialed in and focused our attention on a new type of cell, one that would support our core focus and deliver even more power and the ability to safely recharge in just minutes.
All right then, so the rumors flying around the blogosphere about a major battery advancement from Flex, all true? And if so, I'm all ears. Tell me more.
This spring, we are launching 3 new batteries that feature a flat, state-of-the-art lithium-ion cell technology that we trademarked Stacked Lithium.
Okay, but how does that compare to what pros use on the job site today?
So it stacks up incredibly well. Our patent-pending stacked lithium battery technology is 200% more powerful than traditional lithium-ion battery packs. And we have 3 new batteries, a 3.5 amp hour, a 6 amp hour, and a 10 amp hour. What's cool about it is the power is unmatched. The 3.5 amp hour battery produces as much power as a typical 18 or 20 volt, 8 amp hour battery that uses a 21700 cell. And then when you trade up to the 6 amp hour battery, it actually produces more power than the 12 amp hour, 20 and 18 volt battery packs out there today, using again the 21700 cell. And when you trade up to our 10 amp hour battery, completely different game. The power is unmatched. When you trade up to stacked lithium, the advantages go beyond just power. Stacked lithium lasts up to 300% longer and can safely be recharged up to 100% faster. Best of all, it's 100% compatible with every single tool in the entire 24-volt lineup.
Wow, all of that is amazing. So the new stacked lithium battery is not cylindrical. It is flat, like a bar. So is it the shape that makes them better?
All right, so the magic is in the cell design itself, and here you go. Traditional round cells are great. We use a lot of them, and we'll continue to use the traditional round cell for a very, very long time. That said, there are limitations, and regardless of the supplier, and regardless of the size, the traditional cylindrical cells allow energy in and out at one single contact point. As a result, they heat up at those contact points because it creates friction, and as a result, you have to manage that in a very sophisticated way. With stacked lithium, we were able to design this very different. See right there? Those are tabs, all right? We were able to design and weld dozens of electrode tabs that behave similar to lanes on a highway, that allow the electrons to move more efficiently from battery to tool and from charger to battery without any negative impact on heat or life of the cell.
Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, in any battery, it's almost as if millions of electrons are trying to move and transfer energy, but with the usual cylindrical battery cell structure, the flow of energy from the tool to the charger or vice versa, it's going to be slowed down because of those single contact points you spoke of. To use your highway analogy, it's really no different than a traffic jam in the old cell design versus a free-flowing multi-lane superhighway where the multi-tab stacked lithium battery allows energy transfer almost effortlessly. So Mike, not to be a Debbie Downer here, because we're talking about great technology with the pouch, but again, on the internet, I did some research, and there's some bad mojo out there because they have a bit of a bad reputation, right? Help me and all the pros watching at home understand why our cell, the pouch, is so much different.
And so let me set the record straight. What we're doing is a brand new and designed technology for use on the job site. It took our R&D team 5 years, Yes, 5 years in power tools, long time to design this intricate network of electrodes, materials, and electronics, and to do it with a new and unique structure designed for the wear and tear experienced on the job site. This is not about Flex using an existing pouch technology. This is about co-development of a game-changing new type of cell that delivers more usable power.
So Joe, it's safe to assume then that Flex went to the extreme to equip the batteries with advanced circuitry that monitors the voltage of each individual cell. These are all assumptions on my part, preventing overcharge, over-discharge, and short circuits. And can we confirm there's a physical protection to ensure they're every bit as robust as the tools they power?
Battery technology is our special sauce. It's what we believe we do better than anyone. And to take it a step further, all of our stacks are designed with room for expansion, a patent-pending cushion, and feature our proprietary Thermatec Plus technology that absorbs heat and even impacts from the accidental throw.
Right, so ultimately this means Flex stacked lithium batteries are every bit as tough and safe as the Flex lithium battery. So guys, this is groundbreaking, industry-leading technology from Flex, and the headline for the pros is that the new Flex stacked lithium batteries give them, and these are some big headlines right here, 200% more power, 300% longer battery life, 100% faster charging, and Flex stacked lithium batteries are 100% compatible with all Flex 24-volt tools.
All right, Barnaby, enough talk. I think we're ready for the face-off. But before we go, I want to take just a moment and thank all the pros that have trusted us with their business. We are committed to fulfilling our promise of providing the very best technology and tools for the job site. We'll continue to expand the assortment, and we'll have more than 100 tools in this platform very soon. Flex will continue to innovate and bring the very best to you year after year. We sincerely appreciate the trust that you place in our company and in our brands.
All right, great to see you both. But now, it's time for the ultimate showdown of power and performance. Time for the Flex Face-Off, round 2.
My name's Lawan, and I am a general contractor. I own a family-owned construction company that has been passed down to me from generation to generation.
My name is Mike. I'm a plumbing contractor. I've been one for about 15 years now. I've used all these Flex tools, and the biggest thing that pops out to me is the power.
My name is Joe. I'm a framer. I've been doing it for the past 15 years. I use power tools all day, every day, from sun up to sundown.
My name's Jesse Favela. I'm a commercial carpenter. I've been around tools for, I would say, a good half of my life.
Electricians, plumbers, and framers will all tell you that a good hammer drill is essential to getting through their workday quickly and accurately. A good hammer drill is going to boost your productivity and assure a job well done. Flex high-power brushless motor provides industry-leading torque at 1,400 inch-pounds. Now, with the turbo mode engaged, you get 25% more speed instantly at the same torque. 2,500 RPM and 40,000 IPMs, that's impacts per minute, in hammer mode. Turbo mode ups the ante, maximizes power output, and cuts down work time significantly. Now, you can imagine when you're driving into a hard media like concrete, there is the chance of kickback and a stall, but the anti-kickback technology is going to stop you from having to leave the job site and go into the ER. Anti-kickback, it's a feature that was requested by you, the pros, and of course we're happy to deliver. Let's go over to the pros right here because they each have a hammer drill in their hand, and this is a daily occurrence for them, right? So let's talk first to you, Jesse. What do you look for in a hammer drill?
I look for speed and I look for power, something that's gonna get the job done. I don't wanna have to put a lot of elbow grease into it.
Yeah, it is the most unforgiving of surfaces that you're trying to penetrate, right?
Indeed, indeed. And as a GC, you know, when you're trying to get through that concrete, you want to make sure that you have the power to get through any aggregate that it may come across. And when it has that power, it's going to give you the speed that you need to get the job done in time.
All about the power, right?
Absolutely. In plumbing, we use these to drill shells in concrete so we can hang our pipe. And, power equals speed. The more powerful the tool, the quicker you're getting the job done.
Yep, so when you light it up, you want it to do the work for you. You don't want to just kind of be sitting there going, come on, let's get through this, right? So that is going to be the test that we're going to be undertaking right now, drilling through 8-inch concrete using a turbo hammer drill with brand new 1/2-inch concrete drill bits. Let's face off. All right. That's a tough way to spend the day, but it's a job that's got to get done, right?
Right.
So let's talk about it. Who won? Really?
Flex won.
By a long shot?
I would say at least 10 to 15 seconds. And then you multiply that by thousands of tries, and that adds up to a ton of time.
So it seems like all we ever ask for in a tool is that it does the work for you. And with the stacked lithium, it gives that extra oomph, because what we're running here in the sense of a fairness of test is all of the drills are on their highest setting, right? So for the Flex, you've got 2 speeds, so you were on 2, but you got the turbo mode, and that probably got you a little further, a little faster, right? With the stacked lithium driving the train.
Absolutely. I let the tool do the work. I just applied a little pressure and let the tool do everything else.
Okay, and speaking of stacked lithium, you've got the DeWalt right there. Let's talk about that experience.
The experience was good. There was power there. The size of the jobs that I do, apartment buildings, doing the anchor bolts, seeing how much faster Mike got done next to me, multiply it, like Mike said, save time, save money, having the power and the speed, that's what you need.
Right, so with your experience on the job site, is that the tool you reach for day in and day out?
That tool right there.
That tool right there, the
Flex.
Flex. Okay, how about you, Jess?
I thought I was moving at a good rate of speed, and then I look over and Mike was already done. So obviously not enough power, not enough speed.
Yeah, but compared to the tool you use on the job site day in and day out, smooth ride, rough ride, how did it go?
Rough, real rough on the hands. Feel a lot of vibration. Still feel it, actually.
Okay, tingling. Luan.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what you heard Jesse say. I felt like I had to go through this concrete. I mean, the Milwaukee, it does the job, but you are doing most of the work. And it's tiring. You feel it. I feel it in my forearms. I feel it in my hands. I'm sweating. I think I'm the only one up here sweating, and so I put in some work to get through that concrete.
Yeah, it's interesting to use an analogy. It's almost like a car without power steering, right?
Absolutely.
Once you have that ease of motion, which I'm assuming you felt with the Flex, it's just kind of along for the ride. Otherwise, you guys were just trying to power through and you were just trying to get her done.
Yeah.
All right, so from what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, Flex victory.
I was called into Flex about a year ago to do some blind tests and some demos, and I was blown away because I didn't know much about the company. I didn't know much about the brand. I was so blown away with the performance that I just instantly needed to get my hands on as many hammer drills as I possibly could. I needed to get them in the hands of my employees. I needed to see the production. I needed to be able to realize the profits. Not only that, but safety for my guys in the field. The anti-kickback technology, everything that Flex provides, it's holistic for the company.
Pros like framers and deck builders who drive long screws or fasteners into wood all day reach for an impact driver as their tool of choice. Now, the impact driver also offers the advantage of driving screws without pre-drilling, so they grab the wood better and allow bits to stay seated without slotting out. Now, the ease of use and control are our top priority. A high-power brushless motor puts out an industry-leading 2,500 inch-pounds of torque and 4,000 RPMs, providing more power that can match your demand for peak performance. This is an amazing feature right here, the Quick Eject Collet. Simply press the button below the nose and the bit will come out automatically, which allows you to quickly insert or release bits with one hand with just the press of that button. Changing bits out is now far easier than ever before. The traditional collet can't hold a candle to this. The multi-mode, right here on the foot, allows more control when fastening screws to prevent stripping in finer applications and gives you full power for the big jobs. On the foot again, you have 3 speed settings, 2 self-tapping screw modes, optimized for different gauge steel. So you're probably wondering, what's the test for the impact driver? Well, what we're gonna be doing is raising 5-pound weights with the impact driver, and the first 5-pound weight to the top is the winner. Let's face off. We all saw what just happened with the 5-pound weights. All the tools did their job to varying degrees of success. They all got the kettlebells to the top with the 5-pound weights. Flex was the winner, but now we're gonna up the ante and put some extreme pressure to the tools because it's now 8-pound weights, where once these are sand-filled, these guys are solid metal. So let's see what happens in this 8-pound Flex face-off. All right, well, we saw what happened there. It was clear, but what I want to find out is, from the guys, how it all felt with Flex. Again, now we're 2-0 in this race. So come on over here, guys. Let's talk about it. Because we have some serious differences in performance, I think. It's safe to say, right? So, Jesse, with the Milwaukee, tell me about your experience.
From using the Flex and then using the Milwaukee, you definitely feel the difference in the power and how much easier it is and how much smoother the Flex is.
Okay, and again, this is a difference of only a couple of pounds, but it's like day and night, especially for you, Joe, with the DeWalt.
Yes, definitely day and night. The 8-pound weights, DeWalt couldn't handle it. Didn't have the power.
Yeah, you failed to achieve liftoff.
No liftoff.
Yeah, okay, and Lawan, yeah, you're happy because you got the Flex in your hand, apparently.
Yeah.
Because you were the rocket ship to the moon.
Indeed, indeed. And you know what? What I'm finding out is that these Flexes, they always meet up to the challenge. It really felt like the more weight that it was tackling, the harder it actually put forth, and it killed the competition.
Okay, and you know, when we're talking about driving lags on the job site, you never know what the material really feels like until you start putting it in, right? I mean, it could be really tough going. And so, with the Milwaukee, are you confident on the job site?
Not as confident as I would be if I had a Flex.
How about you?
I don't use DeWalt on the job site. I use Flex.
Okay, and for you, Dwan?
It's simple. My trust is in Flex, and I'm in good hands.
Okay, so we put the impact drivers to the test with the 5-pound weight, with the 8-pound weight, and both times, Flex, the victor.
Last year had an amazing experience. Got contacted by Flex Tools, and for the past year, I've been using their tools, and it's been great. Haven't stopped using their tools since, so when I came back to do this and I was using tools that were not Flex, it made me realize how much harder my job was before having Flex in my life.
Circular saws are commonly used for ripping down sheets of lumber for flooring or roofing. And because on the job site, time is money, you're gonna be pushing your saw to the max by cutting stacks of lumber in a single pass. So you're gonna want a saw that's up to that task day in and day out. And this guy is certainly up to the task and then some. It's the Flex 24-volt, 7¼ circ saw. It's a rear handle and cordless, but the same power as corded. Extended run time. Also, cross and rip cut 3x and 2x lumber. Drop cuts, no problem. Max performance from stacked lithium battery and brushless motor is gonna give you that extra performance on the job site. So the bevel cut capacity on this, up to 56 degrees. Best performing cordless rear handle saw based on the speed of cut and stall force. Now, on to the face-off, where competitors are gonna be racing down this Pinewood Derby-like track. We've taken the human element out of this. Joe, you saw the Flex face-off last year, and online afterwards, there were people that were saying, well, I mean, the guy with the bigger muscles was pushing that saw harder. There was a million reasons why their particular saw, their favorite saw, didn't win, right? So what we've done here is we've taken all of the human element out of it except for you. You got the glory position. You're gonna push the button and start the race, right? You have no say in what happens here. But I will say that the saws are gonna be the stars of the show. And we've got the Flex 24-volt, we got the Makita, and we've got the Milwaukee. Now, as far as the blades, we thought for fairness of fight, what we would do is give them all brand new never used Flex 24-tooth carbide tip saw blades, fresh out of the box. And as far as the battery power go, this is where it gets a little bit different, right? This guy is going to be 24 volt, the Flex, but he's running the 10 amp hour stacked lithium. Now, Makita, 36 volt, right? And these are going to be two 5 amp hour batteries. Milwaukee is going to be 18 volt, 12 amp hour batteries. So it's a little different there. As far as the way it's going to go, it's going to be like on the job site. I mean, it's a good day when you hit your line perfectly every time, right?
Right.
Because you don't want to be binding the saw up. And so we constructed the track to be pulled along straight and true. As far as what we're going to be cutting, it's going to be this. Remember when I was talking a minute ago about stacking up lumber? Time is money on the job site. What do we have here?
2 pieces of 3/4 inch particle board.
Okay, so this is straight off the rack at your local big box, glued together, and so that's what we're going to be cutting. So when the race begins, at the touch of the button by Joe, it's going to be down to the end of the track, and the winner's light is going to light up green. The runners up, they're going to be red, all right? So that's how you keep track of things. What's going to be pulling the saws along are uniform 15-pound kettlebells, right? So they're just going to drop down, the wire's going to go taut, and they're going to pull the saws forward. This is going to be the ultimate test of power. The first to speed through all the boards and reach the end is going to be crowned the winner of this face-off. Boy, there's nothing more exciting than a moment at the track, right? And you saw the race live right here, and the obvious winner on this one was Flex. Fair fight? Not if you get into the weeds, so to speak, because the Milwaukee, that's got the highest amp hour battery, more amp hours than Flex. The Makita has got 36 volts, more volts than the Flex, which has 24. You know what it boiled down to? Watts. Bam, right there. And boom, to the finish line it went. Flex, the victor.
You know, you hear it online that they say these aren't fair tests, these aren't equal competitions, it's some type of thing that's rigged. And we've seen a lot of people online do the test themselves. But I'll tell you this right here. When we get up here to do these tests, they demand that we really truly give it our best effort. They demand that we lean into it. They demand that we actually attempt to beat the Flex. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I was attempting to beat the Flex with the competition, I got tired. I felt every bit of the work that the tool should have been doing for me.
From the racetrack to the job site we go. We just did an apples to apples test. Now let's push the limits. What we're gonna have our pros do is try to push as hard as they can through 3 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood without stalling. And let's see who comes out victorious. Let's face off. All right, so I gotta say, that was an obvious victory right there, right? How did it feel?
Felt great. Felt natural.
Yep, and for all the folks out there, I mean, you've got arms the size of his legs, right? So, I mean, as far as the push factor goes, you could try as hard. I mean, you were pushing hard, right?
I was pushing, yeah, I was pushing hard, you could say, yes.
Yeah. How about you? What was your experience with the Makita?
You know, it's what I'm familiar with, but you could just tell that it could be easier with every push every step that I was taking. And so I'm a little jealous about the situation.
Well, you know, we're not done here because we just went Flex versus Makita, and now let's go against Milwaukee. Well, let's start with you, Joe, because I need to know you were on Flex, now you're on Milwaukee. Compare and contrast. What was it like?
Compared to the Flex the first time, I tried pushing the Milwaukee the same way I was pushing the Flex. A lot of resistance, a lot of kickback. and it wasn't smooth at all. It didn't go well at all.
Yeah, that's the watts with the stacked lithium, all that power going right to the blade, which is spinning a lot faster than the Milwaukee's. So, Luan, let's talk about you. You were on Makita, now you're on Flex. Apples to apples, oranges, what do we got?
No, absolutely. That's the ease that you're hoping for, because on the job site, you're not always in the most ideal position, but you got to get the job done. And I was able to plant my feet and just allow the saw to finish out the job for me.
Yeah, it's nice to be along for the ride, right?
Oh, yeah. Passenger over here.
Yeah, I mean, why push when you can just kind of hitchhike with the saw? You're just going to get to the same place, but just quicker, and it's going to be easier.
Quicker and better.
Absolutely. Well, I got to say, Flex victory. An angle grinder is a versatile tool that can cut or grind metal, cut tile, stucco, pavers, and route out mortar. They can also sand, polish, and sharpen. Now, for plumbers and HVAC pros, a daily use might be cutting threaded rod for hanger trays. Check this out, though. This is the Flex 24-volt angle grinder. It's got a paddle switch to it. It's got a high-power brushless motor that allows 25 to 50% faster cutting speed than other industry leaders. It maintains a high RPM in the toughest of cuts, and we're seeing high rates of removal when surfacing. It is the most powerful grinder we've ever tested, and it's got some really awesome features to it. On the foot right here, it's variable speed, so instead of having to use the trigger for it, you simply punch it up and down, and it stays put at the speed of your preference. And also, ergonomic design. It feels so good in hand. And vibration suppression, because a grinder is an aggressive tool and you want it to be as comfortable and soft in hand as possible. And it has the ability to change the guard. So instead of having to whip out a tool, loosen it up, spin it around, this just spins so you can protect the area where the sparks are flying. And here's a really important feature, anti-kickback technology. It's got advanced braking technology to keep on your cut until it's finished. But if it does bind, as grinders will, depending on what you're cutting, this will actually stop before it takes you for a ride. So it's going to keep you safe on the job site. So let's do a quick roll call. What do you have in your hand right there?
DeWalt.
I've got the DeWalt Power Stack, and it's a pretty well-known tool in the industry.
I got the Milwaukee Fuel 18-volt.
How about you?
Well, I'm excited because I got the Flex that I used last year, but now it's equipped with the stacked lithium battery. So I'm excited to see how it turns out today.
Competitors race to cut through 1-inch rebar. It's time to face off. All right, the last of the sparks have flown. Who was the winner?
No contest.
Flex was the winner.
Yeah, but I got to ask you, you're using the DeWalt with the power stack. So, I mean, that's stack. What place did you come in?
I came in dead last. So, I was applying the right amount of pressure and, let the tool do the work, and I finished last.
Yeah, that is something that we got to clear up here because we are using humans, obviously. And so people will say, well, one guy was pressing harder than the other. One guy's got bigger muscles than the other. Is that a factor when it comes to the angle grinder cut?
Not at all. Actually, if you're putting more pressure, it's gonna make it bind more and it's gonna choke the blade.
Okay, so I'm going to call the race. Flex victory. I am excited to introduce the Flex interlocking storage system that we're calling the Stack Pack. But instead of going through the details first, let's show you how tough it is. We're gonna hit the Flex Stack Pack with a baseball firing from a pitching machine at about 60 miles per hour. It's time to face off. Flex interlocking storage stack pack system can really take a wallop. You see that baseball hit it at 60? Looks great, right? But let's talk about the features, because this is what you're going to be concerned with on the job site day in and day out. IP65 all-weather protection. What does that even mean, right? Well, it's way beyond any thunderstorm you've ever been in on the job site. We're talking high-pressure water jets can hit this from all angles, and it's going to stay absolutely dry inside. As far as the convenience is, auto connect interlocking. Here's a big one, gas strut for auto opening and holding. You will not believe the difference this is going to make on the job site. Also, with its 9-inch all-terrain tires, you're going to have effortlessly rolling capabilities over any terrain. Customized organization, extendable exterior and interior storage, we're going to take you through that, and detachable handrail so you can put it under the cover of your pickup truck bed. Also, as we saw with that baseball test, it is impact resistant polypropylene, so super tough. So you're thinking, I have a different system. How do they stack up? Let's bring out the competition. We have Mikey with DeWalt, the tough system, and Jesse with the Milwaukee Packout. So we're gonna see how the Flex Stack Pack stacks up against the competition here. All right off the bat, I'm noticing you were a little late to the party because you were kind of rolling gingerly, right?
Fan doesn't attach. None of this attaches to the actual system itself.
That sounds like a couple trips, you know?
A couple trips is money.
How about you?
Does not lock in.
Nope. Okay.
Sits there.
Okay, so this right here, I'm just gonna show you one of the locking capabilities. I mean, you got the loose fan right there. You know, on the job site, if you're inside, I mean, this simply locks on. Now you can open up the case. I mean, it is tight and right. It's just sitting right there, okay? So, now let's open it up and see what's inside. Because it's all about the comparisons, right? Okay, so you got that. This is where you're gonna keep your stuff that, you know, you got a couple of storage containers. It's kind of like for like, right? Well, let's get on down to the second one because this is where we get into the gas struts that I was talking about. Okay, let's do a little 3, 2, 1 on this. Let's get into the second box right here. Let's open them up, and when I tell you to, pop the lid. Ready? 3, 2, 1. What happened there? Got a couple mouse traps right there.
The handle's in the way, so it doesn't allow the lid to open. It actually forces it closed.
Right, so I'm just like sitting here living large. I go, there's my hammer drill right there. And then let's talk about the accessories. Open up your lids.
I just got pretty much an empty box here with a little, you know, adjustable tray, but other than that, everything's loose in here.
One thing I noticed, I see yours covers are see-through. I can't see what these are.
Okay, on this one, let me show you how this works right here. This is just so intuitive. You just put it in, snap it, and there you go. And you can actually take it off, and you want to just go a little deeper on this one. You can pop it in, and there you go right there, right? Then you can open this up like this, come into the inside. So it is all just so convenient, and with the clear plastic in front, you can actually see exactly what you're getting into every time. Okay, so let's close them up right here. Get into level number 3. Okay, watch out for your fingers when you open them up because I think we're gonna see the same things happening here, right?
Definitely.
Maybe that's an anti-theft device. Well, that's convenient. Well, that one stayed up.
The lower levels on the DeWalt here is actually the only one that actually stays up.
Okay, so take a look inside here because this has got the deepest capacity, and so for that, the greatest opportunity to really stack your system out and show just how organized you can actually be. We got the big case here, we've got the smaller cases here, but they all stack out. Right? I mean, this is really what I would call an organizational marvel. And, you know, really getting from point A to point B on the job site, it's not all inside on nice, smooth floors. It's over rough terrain. So let's just do a little tap test on your wheels there, guys. What are those wheels made of?
Pretty much is plastic.
Yeah.
Plastic. Feel these guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those are looking like off-road
wheels.
tires right there, right? 9-inch all-terrain wheels. Everybody close your boxes up. Okay. And now let's put your handle down or do whatever you're gonna do, right? And let's imagine trying to put it into the back of a pickup truck with a lid on it.
Oh, it won't fit.
Oh, this one will. You know, unlike the competition, the Stack Pack's gonna be launching with a full array of attachments. We've got a 3-cavity battery holder coming, also adjustable charger holder, level holder, cord wrapper stack pack connector compatible with stack pack accessory and attachment cases, and a tool rack rail. So what do you guys think?
Looks like another Flex victory to me.
Are you ready to see the latest and greatest from Flex? Check it out. The light, let's start here, because if you don't have light on the job site, you can't get the work done, right? And what's great about this is it is very transformable. It's on a nice stout base, so it's gonna stay put. You can telescope it up and down for height. It's got 3 LED panels that's gonna cast 4,000 lumens of light. But then if you have more specific and maybe tight quarters, you can pop the top off. Now you got the 3 panels in hand. It's got rafter hooks, and you can either hang it up or put it down on the ground where it's nice and low. But no matter where you need light, it's gonna be there. And one of the banes of battery-powered lights on the job site, sometimes if you go all day long, you wanna set it and forget it. This one runs off of an AC cord. So you pop the battery out, plug it in, shazam. You've got light all day long. On to the next one. This blower right here is all about keeping the job site clean. As a buddy of mine used to say, hey, it's time to straighten stuff up. Even in the middle of a job, you want to keep it orderly, right? And so at 115 CFM, 185 miles per hour on turbo, this is gonna manage your mess. It's gonna push the piles where you need it, and it's got a nice turbo button, which is gonna give you kind of the big boost of energy when you need it. Looking at this guy, we saw him in the Flex Face-Off, a monster, right? For framing and forming, it's a rear handle saw, 7¼ inch. It is gonna get the job done all day, every day. And if staying cool on the job site is one of your priorities, might I suggest the most powerful fan in its class. This has got 1100 CFM of wind that comes out. It's got a variable speed wheel, so you can kind of dial in up to 19 miles per hour. As far as putting it on the ground, sure, you can do that. You want to put it up on the rafters, you can do that too, because it's got rafter hooks. Or you can put it on the stack pack organizer, and it snaps right in place, so it's going to stay put. And this is one of those situations of, you asked for it, we made it, and we made a great one. This is a one-handed recip saw, really popular tool on the job site, a full 1-inch stroke for faster cuts, dual LED illumination, counterbalanced gearbox, so it's gonna stay quiet in hand. It's not gonna be a bouncy tool, and keyless blade change. So there you have it, more great tools from Flex. And Flex isn't just delivering tool innovation. As a full-line player, you can expect to see some excellent accessory innovation coming from the brand as well. For example, check out the top row, a family of circ saw blades. Everything from the 6½ inch, which beautifully fits our 6½ inch inline saw, that comes in a 24 and 40 tooth with the active speed carbide, so it's gonna be a tough blade. All the way to the 7¼ we have the 40 and the 60 tooth as well. But dead center right here is the big boy. He is the 7¼ 24 tooth demo blade. You're thinking demo blade for a circ saw? Well, think about it. When you are working with framing, especially when you're doing some destruction, there are nails embedded in the boards. That can ruin a blade in a heartbeat. Not so with this blade. If you're working up top, got to get through asphalt shingles. That's going to dull a blade instantly. Not again with the demo blade right here. And added bonus, because it is so tough, in regular use, it is going to go long. It's going to be one of your best value blades because it is built to take whatever you can throw at it. Also, we have new impact fastening bit sets and sockets, wood boring bit sets for bigger holes and a cleaner finish, a multi-purpose drilling bit set designed for quick drilling in a variety of construction materials, and a whole new line of stack pack ready accessory systems built around the simple idea that getting to work and finding the tools you need when you want them should not be a hassle.
In all honesty, I believe that Flex from here is literally going to go beyond the top. The top is cool, the top is fine, but Flex is going to create a new standard that all other companies are going to have to follow or just fade, because they are committed to no longer playing games in this industry, no longer being unreliable in this industry. They are committed to making things exactly how they have always sold us for them to be. And so I'm glad I'm along for the ride.
So now we're at everybody's favorite time, quitting time. Hope you enjoyed it. We've powered up and powered through new products, a wide assortment of innovations and upgrades, and revealed the astonishing, groundbreaking power and innovation of stacked lithium. So let's recap what we've seen today. And it's a lot, right? We showed you in the head-to-heads, drilling in concrete, cutting through 1-inch thick rebar, ripping through multiple layers of standard construction material, showing the power of stacked lithium by lifting weights. The Stack Pack, it took a beating and annihilated the competition when it comes to the capabilities in interlocking your power tools and power tool accessories, and a full itinerary of top-of-the-line premium finish accessories, all Flex victories. Flex is motivated and driven to deliver what you pros out there want, an ever-growing line of tools with the best in power. Flex offers tools that work harder, run longer, and charge faster than any other tool out there. Choosing Flex also gives you peace of mind, thanks to the Flex Founders limited lifetime warranty on all the tools, chargers, and the batteries. And now, with the introduction of stacked lithium, you can rest assured that there is, in every way imaginable, no better line of power tools available anywhere. The takeaway is that Flex has done it again. The Flex Stacked Lithium Advantage is all about enabling a higher, more efficient discharge and recharge rate for more power, longer battery life, and reduced downtime. Add to the mix 24-volt cross-compatibility, and Flex is unleashing power that changes everything by outperforming every other competitive traditional lithium battery currently in the market. We hope you loved our demos, and we would love to see you create your own. So let's get after that, right? Put your mind to work. How can you put the Flex tools to the test? If you have any suggestions on the demos or tools you'd like to see us go ahead with in the head-to-heads of the future, tag us or DM us on our social media channels. Hey, thanks for watching the Flex Face Off. Round 2.
If I could walk away with any tool today that I used, it would be the rear handle 7¼ Flex circular saw. The cut I did on that plywood, I haven't cut anything that smooth and with that much power and that fast ever. So the 7¼ rear handle Flex circular saw is what I'm walking away with today.
If I could steal any Flex tool, it would definitely be the hammer drill. I was the one using the Flex tool in the demo, the hammer drill. Plumbers, especially in terms of my business, use that a lot. I mean, probably 75–80% of our job is used with that. So if I could steal that, I would love to.
So if I could take home any tool today, just grab it and just throw it in my truck, would definitely be the Stack Pack. Because of the organization, the way you can put your boxes up, it's very organized, that and the durability of it.
If I could take one tool, it would have to be the angle grinder and these new stacked lithium batteries. Let me tell you something, these batteries are the game changer. You know, they are what's giving power to the old dog, you hear me? And I'm a soccer fan, a big soccer fan, and I hear that this sponsorship with LAFC is legit and long-term, so I'm gonna need some tickets. Yeah, let's do that. I'll take that. Yep.
Hey, what's up? It's Barnaby here. It's not over. And now, the moment everybody has been waiting for. The winner of the full line of Flex tools is... Congratulations and enjoy your tools. There is still one more chance to win the complete line of Flex 24-volt tools. All you have to do is enter before March 31st. Come on, do it.